Hello and welcome to the collective reading for March the 13th. My name is May. I am a psychic medium. I do energy work and tarot readings. So in this reading, I will go over a little bit in your past week just to get a good idea on what's going to happen next week. So just give me a second while I lay out my cards. Please be mindful that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Well, that's interesting. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can head to my Instagram. It is empress.infinity, or you can email me empress@justtilt.ca. All right, so let's get started. So this past week, a lot of the planets were in the 12th house. To me, that means that the energy was really magnetized in connection, as well as like connection with others and connection with yourself, the universe, etc. So I do see that you made a lot of new connections in this past week. Maybe there's a lot of gatherings. What I feel from that in particular is that these connections are not going to be temporary. I just keep on feeling like if this is a pattern for you, that you're worried about friends not being more permanent, like specifically the planets were working in your favor last week to bring in people specifically who are alike you, and that will be in your life for a very long time. So that's pretty cool. Okay. I see that you were working on yourself really well last week. I feel like you just overall had a very good week last week. And I also think that it was a busy week. I feel like you were just you didn't plan it for it to be busy, but you were definitely busy. Okay. Just getting clarification. Present moment is represented by the moon card. That's funny. I asked for clarification on the moon card and the fog card came out. I use Oracle sometimes to clarify. So I really feel like this fog, or not knowing where things are going, either with these new friendships or career. I just really feel that career is in this. It's okay. I feel like whenever I get the moon card, when you never really know where things are gonna go. Honestly, you don't, because there's just so many things that can change in a minute, right? But whenever I get the moon card, especially followed by the fog card, I feel like that's reassurance, and that's spirit being I know this might be an anxiety for you, but it's gonna be okay. All right. I do see a woman with tattoos, but also there's a star card, but the woman with the tattoos was really pointing out to me. It can even be me, so if you're a friend of mine, I don't know, reach out. A lobster is really popping out in this present moment. I got a message when I read that. If you're wanting more clarity, I feel like your energy does really well around water. To be specific, a river. So if you ever meditate by water or anything like that, that's really good for you. Okay. 10 of Cups. Wow, I see a lot of career, a lot of movement in your career happening in this next week. And the star card was also presented in the next week, which is a very positive card, obviously. It's a major arcana, which means that major things are going to be happening in your business. So what is holding you back in the next week? Three Swords popped out. I see this as fear. It could even be fear of making changes. I really feel like there might be a few changes happening this next week that actually you might already know about. It's not in the fog, but just know that these changes are really, really positive for you. Ooh, activation card came out for that as well. I did notice when I looked at the astrology today, the planets were moving more into the middle chakras, so it might be the energies are most likely going to be really focused on like your solar plexus chakra. So pay a lot of attention in things affecting like who you are, and just make sure you're really secure in who you are, and make sure you're around people, places, things that are in alignment to you. What is magnetizing you is your alignment. So be very, very clear with yourself. Even write down your values. Like write down your values in regards to work, write down your values in regards to friendships, people. And then when you meet someone, if they share those same values, you know that it's in alignment with you, okay? Personally, I do see you learning a lot about yourself. Obviously, like I just said, like there's a lot of planets that are working on the solar plexus chakra. This message might not be for everyone, but I do feel this next week that you might have to make some changes in regards to your prices on things if you're owning your own business. Also, if you don't own your own business, maybe it's time to ask for a raise of some sort. I just feel like prices should be going up in this next week. But also this next week, so as I talked about, the Hierophant card came out, followed by the Nine of Swords. I do see, like, even the past few months, not just the past few weeks, it's been very, very emotional for you. Yes, roller coasters, but also, like, I feel like your mind has really gotten a handle on you the past few months. Just racing thoughts, stuff like that. And I feel like this week is a really good week for you in regards to your mind. Like it shows that near the end of this week, because your third eye is so open. So if you focus on keeping your third eye open, I saw 111 on my time, by the way, when I said that. Make sure you do some third eye awakening activities, and then you'll be really good at harnessing those emotions. As a former counselor, I can say you really need to balance out your emotions. It's really not good for you to stay in your emotion. I know there's a lot of contradictions on being like, oh, you need to feel your feelings, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, feel your feelings, but don't live there. A lot of people think feeling your feelings means living there, and it doesn't. Take control of your mind this week, and it will really make everything prosper, your relationships and your business. But I do see that your business is like, and work and stuff like that has really gone a long way. Maybe even some offers. But just really stay in alignment with who you are and where you're going, and you'll be good for this week. My cats are having a battle royale in the background. I'm gonna go into some advice moving forward. It just came to my head as I started cleaning up my cards here, is that there might be some loose ends that you have to tie up this week in regards to old friendships or business. Don't be anxious about that. It's natural and it's gonna happen regardless. So make sure you do fully tie up those loose ends and don't leave those loose ends hanging. That's for sure. Okay, so advice for you guys moving forward. Whoop. Yeah, really open up your third eye. And even though like the planets are moving out of the 12th house and shifting all over the place, they're probably going to be, all of them were in there, but now they're going to be more spread out around the chart. Still focus on spirit, still focus on your connections, because like the planets and magnetism help you, but it's also up to you to continue that connection later down the road. So hold on, what about the possessions? Card came out here about possessions. I feel like this is just a really good week in regards to possessions as well. I don't know if a Taurus is going to be watching this. Just a lot of possession cards have come out, but I feel like a lot of your possessions right now also are going to be permanent. You don't have to worry about them being taken away. It's going to be your choice from here on out when things are getting taken away from you, if that makes any sense at all. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. It's just channeled. So I'm going to pull one more oracle card to end off the reading. And then that's how your reading's gone. And stay tuned for next Sunday for a reading for the week after. Ooh, one was trying to flip out. There we go. Aha. Follow the moon card came out. I guess it wants me to talk about the moon. So with the moon, if you don't know this already, the moon is so magnetic and so electrical. It actually controls the waves in the ocean. So if it controls the waves in the ocean, what do you think it controls within you, right? So that can have to do with emotional waves as well. So if we've been talking about emotions a lot in this reading, it's a way for you to not take your emotions so seriously as well. Yes, you're allowed to feel them, blah, 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 but don't sit in them, okay? There is electrical reasons, magnetical reasons for these emotions to rise, but also to fall, okay? So ride it out, but don't let them get the best of you. So there is your reading. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Take care.